Hey lovely people. So today I thought I would talk about eyeshadows, different palettes that they have. Obviously you've got palettes that are super expensive, and then you've got ones that are, you know, super cheap, and you're like, well, I don't know what's the best quality, what's better pigmented and stuff like that. So you know what, I'm going to take this out of the equation for you, and I'm going to show you two of the eyeshadow palettes that I've got. So you've got one that is a higher end and one that is a lower end, and then I'm just going to show you the pigment and how I think they wear, how they last, etc. So the two products that I am going to show you today is the palette, and this is by Beaty Bay. Okay, now I hadn't heard of Beaty Bay before a few months ago, and I was watching a makeup video, a makeup artist, and she actually used a lip gloss by Dose of Colour, and I was like, oh, I like that. So that is which is where you get these off Beaty Bay. Went on Beaty Bay and then found the eyeshadow palette, so I thought, you know what, I'm going to give that one a go. And then the other one I'm going to talk about today is the Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk limited edition eyeshadow palette. I got this, I think I must have got this January time-ish, I think. So, and I think the other one I got in about December time. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. So, first of all, I'm going to go in with the Beaty Bay palette. I think this one at the time was on sales. I think it cost me like £13. And holy moly, look at the colours that you get in this bad boy. I think they do about 4 as well, like 4 different types in this range. But I went for this one. It's got a lot more neutral colours. I wanted it for kind of like these colours. Also, what's good about this one as well for you guys, if you're not too sure about how to use eyeshadow, or not even how to use eyeshadow, where to place eyeshadow, this is great because it gives you, along here you've got your bases, it says here base, along here you've got your transition colours, which I'll explain about in a minute, then you've got your crease colours, then you've got your colours that you would use as a liner. You can also use those as a smoky, you know, for a really dark colour. Then you've got a pop, so a pop of colour that you would just put on the lid to sparkle it out a bit. And then you've also got a highlighter as well, so you could pop that above your, under your brow, in the corners of your eyes. So I thought this was really good. The amount of colours you get for your money was awesome. But then I was like, okay, so what are they like wear-wise and pigment-wise? You know what, guys? They are really good. That's one of the ones I've taken from the transition colours. I use this colour quite a lot as a great transition colour. And that is literally just a tiny bit of my finger in the powder, and you get a good payoff. So this palette is awesome. Now, when I was saying to you about transition colours, I will do another video in regards to this. A transition colour is a colour that you use to blend all of your colours together. So you've got your base and you've got your crease, but then you've got your transition colour, and your transition colour will always be placed around here to build up and soften the look of eyeshadows. But you know what, I'll do another video on doing your eyeshadow, transition colours, all that. But today we're talking about the thing. So you know what, this palette is awesome, and the colours are lovely, and they do last because I have used them. I've used them a lot on my brides, and again, it's great if you're more of a first time sort of, I don't know much about how to put my eyeshadow on or where to put it. It's all here for you, telling you what colours to do what, and just be inventive with it, because look at those, they're lush. So that is the one from Beaty Bay. I think when they're not in the sale, £29, something like that. That's really good for all those eyeshadows. And again, like I said, the pigment is good, because sometimes when you buy a cheaper end product, you don't get the pigment payout. You know, there's hardly any colour to them. So that one, 100% yes, recommend Beaty Bay. Now the next one I'm going to talk about is the Charlotte Tilbury. Obviously the packaging is a little bit more luxurious. It is, we're not going to lie, we all know about, you know, Charlotte Tilbury and her packaging. And it comes in this beautiful gold case, and then on the back as well it tells you, if I show you, quickly, without dropping it, it comes in segments. Can you see? 3, 3, 3, 3. And then you've got, so your number 1 colour, like they've done, is your base colour. And then the number 2 is your enhanced colour. And your number 3 is supposed to be your smoky colour. And you've got day, dusk, date and dream in those 3 little segments there. Oh my God, the pigment payoff again is immense. Like these colours, I swear to you God, they are so pigmented. I'm just going to pick up a couple on the back of my hand here to show you. That's them, and obviously you've got those there. I find these are a bit, the Beaty Bay are a little bit more creamier, but these are still absolutely lush. Now this is a higher end palette. Like I said, I think it retails about £65, which is a lot, I think, even as a makeup artist, a lot for an eyeshadow palette. But it is beautiful, the colours are lush, the colours last. All I would say is, you know what, they are really pigmented. So when I first tried it, I kind of like used these and I was like, oh, that's really light. But even that colour isn't as light as you think it is. And it's got more sort of, can you see? Hold on. It's got more, see what I mean? It's got more pigment to it. I didn't think that that colour there would look like that. Make sense? So if you're going to buy these, be aware that they are really, really pigmented. They're really pretty. Again, I don't know if I would use them in like date, dream and dusk. I mix them up a bit. So today I've got this one on today, and this one on. And as you can see, if I just zoom you in a little bit, they're not quite what you think they would look like on there. That's all I'm saying, is the pigment is slightly different to what you think is on here. So always just try these on the back of your hand to get the look that you want to go for. But yeah, I tend to mix and match these up. I don't tend to use, because this is quite an odd, not an odd colour. It's really pretty, but you have to be quite brave to use that colour. That dream, you know, it's pink, really pink. You've got a slight, like, sparkly one there. I'll show you again. I'm running out of room. Can you see? So it's quite a sparkly pigment there. And they've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of those in that palette. But again, they do look pretty. So if you're using the different colours to make that look, and then you put your pop on, the intensity is really good. The colours are really pretty. So for me, they are both beautiful palettes in their own right. They're both extremely, extremely pigmented. The Charlotte Tilbury tops it for me in regards to the packaging is really pretty. I mean, come on guys, that's really, excuse me, really, really pretty. The colours are very dreamy. They're both quite, say like the Charlotte Tilbury is like creamy, but not like a cream. It's like a really soft texture. And then the Beaty Bay ones, again, they are soft, but they're more powdery soft, whereas the other ones feel more creamy soft, but obviously go on as a powder. So they're both absolutely stunning palettes. But again, you've either got your high-end, your Charlotte Tilbury high-end Pillow Talk palette, or you've got your Beaty Bay palette there with all of those colours in. So this is a great palette, I think, to start out with. If you're new to doing your eyeshadow and you want to experiment, then this is a good palette because you do have a really good range of colours there. And then if you want something a bit more intense, you've got more confidence in doing all your eyeshadows and stuff, then this palette is a yes. This palette is a definite go. So I hope that helped. I think I'm going to do some tutorials on the different eyeshadow palettes as well. So I'll do a different look for you. What I might even do is do one look like low-end Beaty Bay, one look high-end the Charlotte Tilbury, and see what you guys think. But as palettes, I give them a thumbs up for both of them. Both of them are pretty. Both of them have the staying power. They do last all day. Obviously, don't forget with your primer underneath. So yeah, both of them are great. So obviously, once all this is over, happy buying, people, and yeah, enjoy using them. Anyway, have a lovely day and enjoy the sunshine, and I'll catch up with you guys soon. See you later.